It's my happy duty to report to you that this edition of the Ridley Report is brought to you by the New Hampshire Liberty Alliance.
Well, now, do you have like a favorite memory of activism, like some of the best activism you've ever done?
Again, on this street, I just quit my job. I came up. I didn't even have a place to stay yet. Just crashing here and there. I think it was crashing at Kevin's house, and work for the Ron Paul revolution. And it's all you could say. All the way up and down this street, there were hundreds of Ron Paul fans holding signs, gathering attention.
Here in Manchester, yeah, right next to the Verizon Arena. Yeah, I saw that too. What did that say to you? I mean, what implications do you think that kind of turnout has? You know, a lot of those folks were from out of state.
For the Free State Project?
No, I mean like the Ron Paul. Oh yeah, as you're saying.
For the Ron Paul movement, we've yet to see what happens with Ron's new book, the manifesto, and the march happening in July. But if you look at the numbers, Ron was, 1 in 10 people have gotten this message, and that's more than the Libertarian Party has ever dreamed of. That's more than Ron himself. He started his campaign here the February before he had before he even decided to run. And our enthusiasm here in this state for him and the money that he raised convinced him to run. And I think it's a wake-up call for everybody that people are starting to get this message, and they're starting to question why have we been turning to government for every problem? Why is it when you turn on the news, it's nothing but the government, for the government, against the government? What about the government? There's more going on. You go down the street, you walk to the store and buy a cup of coffee. There's no government involved. Most of your life, there's no government involved. You have to start wondering what's the message the news media is trying to portray.
Well, one other question I had for you that's sort of related to the New Hampshire Liberty Movement is that, of course, we're sort of said to be split into two factions. The inside the system people and outside the system people. What's your take on that whole split?
Intellectualism. I don't see the split at all. Come to Porcfest. You'll get to see both camps. You get to see the expo. You get to see the alt expo. You get to see both parties intermingling for a week solid. I'm a member of both camps. I'm at the State House at least once a week, and at the same time, I'm following Dave Ridley around doing the puppet shows and on the forums heavily thinking what to do next. This internal divide.
Well, I'm in both camps too.
Right. You see it in groups, but from the outside looking in, this is a close family. So.
All right. Any message that you would have for folks who are kind of on the fence as to whether they would move here?
It's come to Porcfest. I brought my girlfriend once, and she didn't want to leave. There's several people right inside Murphy's right now got the same message. They didn't know what they can convince their spouse. They didn't know if they can convince their girlfriend. Some people show up alone and never leave. Several examples of that.
Porcfest.
You'll be sold.
Yeah, July 9th through the
15th.
15th. Yeah, just porcfest.com.
That's right.
All right. Well, Dan, thank you so much.
This edition of the Ridley Report is brought to you by the New Hampshire Liberty Alliance at nhliberty.org. Now, if you were to go over to the State House in New Hampshire and say, nhliberty.org, well, lots and lots of nhliberty.org members would hear you, because they're all over the place at the State House. You can't swing a fist without hitting one of them. I hope you'll join them at nhliberty.org. Or maybe I should say, I hope you'll join us, because I am a member.